is a show where we explore the collapse of society by playing fun tabletop role-playing games. I'm your host, Stu Masterson, and I'm joined by two Midwestern cities.
Hey everyone, I'm Cincinnati, and I play Ocean, a gentle giant.
Nasty, bro.
Oh god, I'm sorry. I sound like a pack-a-day smoker right now. I'm getting over something, but I'm Cincinnati, and I'm playing Ocean, a gentle giant stuck in the simulation that is our lives.
These are the days of our life.
Hey everybody, I'm Brady, and I am the living personification of Minneapolis, a city no one can pronounce.
Minneapolis.
And I play
Minneapolis.
Book McReady,
Minneapolis.
the bloodhound brain picker whose dad finally recognized him after spending many hours running through the forest with each other.
It's a pretty touching moment, not gonna lie. I was touched.
I was touched too, as your father.
Nice.
I've always thought I could be a good father figure to you.
I think I take offense to that.
I'm wiser and older.
You're definitely older.
Yeah, I think Brady's the youngie. I think he's the baby of the crew, right? So I think Stu's older than me, and I'm older than you. So baby Brady.
But Brady's older than me, so it's a triangle Ouroboros.
You're forgetting that I was born 55 years old.
You're an old soul.
I think I probably... I might act the oldest.
Brady, you are always dabbing on your haters. I always see you doing that. Always. No matter what you're doing, I'm like, hold on, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. And I look back over towards you and you're dabbing on a hater.
Yeah, you guys can't say anything because you can't see our recordings. But if Brady rolls a dice and it's a good roll, he dabs.
Wow.
Yeah. I have to edit out so many sheesh.
I think you both have more youthful personalities than I do.
No, I'm going to take that as a compliment. As I sound like a pack-a-day smoker whistling as I try and speak.
Yeah, but like you're going to Gen Con, having fun with your friends. Stu's going to EDM nights, having fun with his friends. I'm sitting in my condo with my cat and my dog huddled under a blanket like I'm 65.
Having fun with your friends.
Gen Con is a lot of fun for the first day or two.
20 minutes.
And then you just want to be at home huddled up with your dog on the couch.
This week, we have a BuzzFeed Presents Apocalypse.
Oh, shoot. No, we got to talk about Gen Con very briefly.
Brought to us by Gen Con. That's pretty cool. 2 months since Gen Con.
Oh, God.
Brady, I think we told you this, but I think we should remind you on the podcast. Keith Baker said he loved our logo.
Yeah.
Somebody was wearing your shirt, and he said that's a really nice logo and was a big fan.
Keith Baker?
He is the man the mad scientist who created the Eberron world, everything, lore, stretch,
he's one of the big writers of
subclasses.
Keith Baker, if you're listening, I just wanted to say thank you so much for enjoying our logo. Please go to stew.cool where you can find more of our merch and all of the places you can listen to our podcast.
Unfortunately, Keith Baker will not be listening to our podcast.
Did you ask?
So the person that was wearing the shirt was so starstruck by being in front of Keith Baker that he couldn't formulate the words to say, thanks, go listen to this podcast.
Well, maybe Keith Baker Googled Oops All Apocalypses and found stew.cool and is now listening and thinks we're fucking stupid.
I'm going to hope that's the case.
And he'd be right.
I mean, those hockey guys did roast our asses pretty bad that one time. I still haven't recovered it from it.
We should post that ad for more people to see. For anyone who doesn't know, we sponsored a hockey league. A specific tournament.
Was so funny.
And for our payment, we got absolutely roasted by the announcers.
Fucking demolished.
Why did you agree? A hockey league. What overlap the people who listen to hockey podcasts listening to a bunch of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons online?
It was like these fucking virgin cucks. Which is an oxymoron, I think, but that's okay. Oh my God.
It's really funny, honestly. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a very good ad. I appreciate them.
And they did promote us, though. So in the end, even though they roasted us.
Yeah, it made the ad longer because they were making fun of us for so long.
Yeah.
It was a really good use of marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
But to our listener who was wearing the shirt with our logo that got complimented by Keith Baker, I say thank you for wearing our shirt to Keith Baker outing, and we forgive you for not telling him about the podcast.
But I agree. But if any other people end up in the same situation, give Keith Baker your shirt and we will send you one.
We'll give you one for free.
Of charge.
If you give a celebrity one of our shirts, we will give you a shirt.
Yeah, any celebrity who's not canceled.
Yeah, don't give it to Jared Leto, please.
Yes, I know. I'll add Jared Leto. If you give Jared Leto our shirt, I'll still give you a free shirt.
But we'll be a little bit disappointed in you.
Just send us a picture of you not wearing a shirt and a celebrity wearing our shirt, and we'll know.
Oh, God, don't say that.
I don't want people to just give them shirts. They have to give the shirt off their back.
That's
the only
true.
way.
That's just what a good Samaritan would do, right?
Speaking of Good Samaritans, this week we have a BuzzFeed Presents Apocalypse brought to us by our very own Jacob.
Let's say Ocean and Book each own their own car, which is kind of true for Book. For Ocean, I mean,
already true.
True for Ocean, but not necessarily. It is true for Book, actually. He does have a Jeep.
He just hasn't driven it in 64 episodes.
So, in Ocean or Book's car, what ornament do they have on the dashboard to remind them of something they like? Ocean's would be a bobblehead Avril Lavigne.
Oh, that'd be so. I want that so much.
It's honestly a great merchandise idea.
Oh my
If you're listening, Avril Lavigne, people would buy that.
I would just bob her head and then be like, move my head with her and be like, hey, you, I don't. It'd be so good.
Nice.
Yeah, but Ocean's a big fan of her music, and he's a big fan of kitschy stuff. I think he would be a big fan of it.
Did you get the Hello Kitty version from that one music video? One day I'm going to learn the name of that song. I think it's just called Kawaii.
No, the kawaii. I don't know how it goes. I know what you're talking about, though.
It's called Hello Kitty.
That was a great comedic pause.
Okay, Book.
I think Book has, have you ever seen one of those like turtles that people bring back from the airport in the Caribbean or whatever?
Yeah.
Little turtle bobblehead.
Yeah, I had some of those actually.
Yeah,
they still like those. Those are
they look kind of fucked up, but they're cute.
I like those things. I had a dozen of them once.
I think Book has like 8 of them in like a.
He's got one right now. He's got one right
That's
now.
not a bobblehead one though.
This is a turtle ocarina.
You fucking would. That literally sounds like ghost music. I don't like it. I don't like
There's
it.
a ghost in my turtle.
Okay. So Book has like 8 of those stacked on top of each other, and they get progressively smaller.
Oh, so it's turtles all the way down?
But they're all facing the same direction. So when the car hits a bump, it looks like they're all agreeing with the bump.
That's kind of cool. Honestly, I can see Book being a fuzzy dice guy.
Yeah, I think Book would actually like metal dice on a chain, like an old Han Solo kind of move.
Maybe the bobblehead Avril Lavigne is how Ocean got into Avril Lavigne in the first place. He found it and was like, this is an interesting collectible. And then he found a bunch of albums or CDs with Avril Lavigne on it. It's like, I recognize that. And then he started listening. Yeah, that's my new headcanon. I don't understand why I said headcanon. This is my own character. I can make whatever canon I want.
My answer is not too exciting because it's just literal, right?
Yeah, you gotta tell us what dashboard instrument you have.
I got 2. I got a little tiny owl that has those sequins that are 2 different colors based on what directions you push them.
Oh, yeah. I know
Owls are
those.
my favorite avian creature. He's cute.
Pretty good
He's
choice.
Purple on one and blue on the other, depending on which way you push him. And then I have a big orange fox that sits right in the middle that watches the road for me. Yeah. So I have 2. They're both cute. Those are 2 of my favorite animals. They're not my 2 favorite because I have different spirit animals for each category. Fox owls, big fans of them.
So different aspects of Stu has a different spirit animal associated with this.
Yes. Each day of the week, I have a different favorite animal.
It's like those magnets that you put on the car. That's that you put on the fridge that says "pick your mood."
Yeah, and you can move it.
I like that.
My move box. What's new with Stu?
What?
New one. Now we each have a segment. Aren't you guys excited?
I am excited. We all have our own segment. I like how 2 of our segments are our names, and then one is book.
Books like a book picks, yeah. I really feel like Brady should be the person to make the noise after I say what's new with Stu, though, because I do it for you, and then or you do it for Book.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do it? Okay, you gotta say it again.
Yeah, I'll do it again. What's new with Stu?
I hate it. What's new with you, Stu? I didn't even know this was a segment.
Yes, this is a segment where we talk about stuff that's new with me.
That's interesting choice.
Only related to the podcast, because there's now a short little mini series of 3 episodes that's out where I guested as a player on a TTRPG. So if anyone wants to hear me not DM, which is very rare, it's very exciting because I play a very unique character who is a podcast host whose name is Stu.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And it's like a Metroidvania type TTRPG, very rules light, where it's a podcast. I cheated on all of you guys, and I have a different group of people who are in my podcast with me. And we have to fight some cryptid that shows up at a podcast convention.
Interesting.
Yes, it's a very interesting 3-part series that I will post a link to in the episode description if anyone wants to listen to it.
I will definitely give that a listen.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. It's part of a really cool podcast network too, called Gestalheim Productions, where they run a bunch of different little games. It's not like what we do where we have one game that's 70 episodes long. They run a bunch of miniseries with a rotating cast of people who play it. It's very cool. So check out any of their other stuff too, but check out my stuff first because I'm in it. So check that episode description and go listen to 3 episodes of me pretending to be a slightly different version of myself. And with that, we should get back to the action. Previously on Oops All Apocalypses. You guys are in some weird psychic maelstrom mixed with a TV show, mixed with some weird audition process that you're trying to execute.
Some sort of augmented reality virtual experience.
Something like that. I think this episode, it seems very real, I'll say. Everything you touch seems real. There hasn't been anything that's like, oh, I stabbed this tree and it was styrofoam.
Because Mike Wazowski and I shot each other and we both got hurt. Also, Mike Wazowski was being a big baby about getting shot after he literally shot me. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, but you decided to save him, which was nice of you. Yeah, you had a big battle with a bunch of Nazis in a submarine in a cave in a temple.
I wasted my bone gas, as one does.
You used all your bone gas. You reminded your father of who you truly are and started opening his mind to the fact that what he's doing here isn't real and is not something that he needs to care about. Meanwhile, Ocean has been trying to escape the simulation, which is what you told him to do. You said, keep going. I got this, before you accidentally fell and slipped and broke your head.
You told me you were going to fake a fall. You fell and broke your head.
You legitimately fell.
Ocean believed it. He just thought you were a really good actor.
So Ocean is trying to escape. We're actually going to go a little bit back in time to basically where you guys separated before.
Okay.
And see what Ocean does. So Ocean.
Yes.
You are running from a giant boulder that's rolling after you. You did get a good head start on it because you left Book and his dad behind and they had enough time to consider leaving and jumping into water. So it's not like it's right on your trail yet. Mm-hmm. But I believe your strategy was to try to just run out of the simulation. Is that still it? Or do you have any other crazy plans?
I think the theory right now is that Ocean is going to run as far as he can in the hopes that it will strain the simulation and make it where they can't pay attention to both Book and Ocean at the same time.
I like that plan. So you're just trying to brute force it, right?
Yeah, though I would like to throw a slight wrench into the plan because Ocean would also like to open his mind to the psychic maelstrom.
Just for fun?
Enchanté.
To see if he can distinct.
Stu, what kind of comment? What the fuck kind of comment is that?
Yeah, you're making me
he wants
second.
to open his mind, Stu.
You're making me second guess myself here. No, the reason I would like to open my mind to the psychic maelstrom here is because Ocean would like to see if he can see any kind of breaks in the simulation, since it seems like this is more than likely part of this being manipulated by the psychic maelstrom. Judging by that seems to be how the AI seems to control a lot of stuff. He wants to try and see if he can find any cracks or flaws or fluctuations in the simulation to see if he can help exploit it. to kind of break it.
I like it. I think this is going to be a couple of rolls. First, give me an act under fire before you open your mind, because you are trying to open your mind to the psychic maelstrom while also simultaneously outrunning a boulder.
Let's give it a try. That is an 8.
Okay, so you are able to continue outrunning the boulder. I'm going to give you a choice here. Either it's going to be hard for you to focus on the opening your mind part, and I'm going to have you roll with disadvantage for the open your mind roll, or you're going to miss something important that's within the simulation right now.
Okay.
As you're running along.
I don't really want to miss anything that's important, but at the same time, disadvantage kind of sucks. But I want to risk it for the biscuit because I want all of the knowledge. So I'm going to roll at disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
I know that's kind of bad in PBTA when you're only rolling 2 dice, 2d6s, but
Dude, I have actual anxiety right now.
I have confidence. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
The 6 and 2 1s.
Okay, yeah, that's a failure. So if people don't know, disadvantage means that 6 gets discarded into the winds, leaving him with 2 1s, which regardless of his bonus will not.
Oh, that sucks. Talk about taking the wind out of my sails so early.
You're running full speed out of this temple. It's basically a straight shot. This boulder has been rolling behind you, and it finally makes the room where all of the water is, where Book and his dad plunged beneath the surface and are now getting dragged through a bunch of tunnels. And when it hits that water, it starts sliding even faster. It just like doesn't have any friction, and it switches from rolling to like cool skateboarding giant ball moves, and it starts catching up on you. So you have to focus and sprint forward further, and you're just reaching the entrance to the tunnel. You do remember it kind of receded downward into the floor from above. You guys did some weird shit with a tree, and that made a temple that was underground reveal itself. And you notice that you've been running so fast that all of the stairs have not yet really materialized in front of you. You've been outrunning the simulation. So you see that there's only like 4 steps when there's really supposed to be like 20. So there's basically this giant wall that's coming in front of you and a boulder rolling behind you. And you open your mind to the psychic maelstrom. What were you trying to do?
Again, look for flaws in the simulation and things I could exploit and see if there was any spot in particular that I could use any of my weirdo psychic connections to break.
As you look into this hole where there should be a set of stairs that are nice, old, ancient stone-hewn stairs, it's almost like you see just this fractal of light that immediately overcomes your vision and makes it impossible to focus. And you sense that suddenly, not only are you like looking at the underlying infrastructure behind this room, but it also starts looking back at you. It's like dozens of these eyes open up and are staring at you, looking through this crack as it slowly starts filling itself in. And you sense that it's almost trying to hide from you before you snap back out of it. And you're at the bottom of these stairs that are not yet complete. And a boulder is about 20 feet away from you, rolling towards you quickly.
Stu, you're a coward for not triggering a vision.
Okay, let's see. What do I have?
Go through a whole vision and come back and be like, oh yeah, you're smushed.
Let's see. Oh my God.
Big rock on head.
I want to take my tactical shovel and I want to run up the steps that are there, leap up, and then try and use the edge of my tactical shovel to grab onto the ledge and kind of use it to pull myself up.
So let's roll a try something challenging.
Okay, much better. That's an 11.
Okay, you pull yourself up so quickly, you run and you do this with no effort. You jump, you literally have time, you get on your feet and you have time to turn around and see that the barrel still hasn't reached the end yet. And it's just like about to crash into it. So you're able to take a few steps back before there's a big resounding as it clunks against the stairs at the bottom and just kind of crumbles them beneath them. And you are also so fast that looks like you are still somewhat outrunning the simulation, whatever that means. Like I keep saying that, you don't really know what that means. But as you look up here, you notice there's still like trees and shit like you would expect in the jungle. But one thing jumps to your vision super clearly. And it's that red light, the same one that you saw when you interrupted the courtroom TV show that was indicating that something could be wrong. And just like in that case, it's flashing slowly.
Oh, I have an idea.
What it looks like now with its flashing is the exact same way it looked with the guy who was not where he was supposed to be in that courtroom drama. Mm-hmm. And you know, that wasn't like, oh shit, there's a huge problem. There's a big alert. Everyone run down here. It was like, there may be something wrong. And it actually went back off once everything was back to normal. So like, it wasn't a huge deal, but it was something was being alerted to a problem. And you don't know what that is.
Okay. Ocean takes his junk shot and loads his canister of bone gas into it and wants to fire it into the room.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. He's gonna gas us all.
This is going to be a tough shot. But as I launch that into the room, hoping that it will beat the simulation, I want to pull out my large bore revolver and see if I can shoot it at the exact moment that it enters the room.
So you want to launch the canister and then skeet shot it out of the air.
Yep. As it enters the room.
God damn.
That sounds really cool. So I'm going to make you roll first a act under fire.
Okay.
And then an attack someone roll, even though you're not really attacking someone.
Okay. That's my best roll. Okay. That is a 7 for act under fire.
You throw it and it seems like it's not going as far as it should. Like it's not following a normal arc as it leaves your hand. It's like it almost slows down in the air, or at least the distance it's traveling seems to be compressed over from when it first left your hand.
Okay.
Like almost like the room's being built out underneath it, even though it doesn't look like it's getting any bigger. So it doesn't go quite as far as you think, but it does look like it's clearing the tree line that you launched it over with your junk launcher gun. There's this big loud boom as it gets shot through the air. Then you pull out your revolver and take aim and give me an attack someone roll.
That is a 13.
Choose 2 options.
Inflict terrible harm, seize hold of something, get them out of your way, impress, frighten, or dismay them, or pin them down.
I want to inflict terrible harm to the simulation and pin it down. Your interpretations of that. Actually, no. I want to inflict terrible harm to the simulation and get it out of my way.
You aim perfectly, and as you shoot this bullet, it does the exact same thing. It seems like it's in the air for way too long. And when I say way too long, not just like, oh, it took 3 seconds to go this. It seems like almost a minute that this bullet is just in the air, and you like it's still moving away from you. Okay. It's not like you could go run up and catch it, but it's still just like going in this direction.
Like a possibly large distance from what it should be.
Yeah. But it's still going, and it gets way further than it seems like the bullet would be able to shoot. Like it's not a super long range weapon, but you see that your canisters also seems to slow down and isn't hitting the ground. And the intersection point is just perfect right as it's like just disappearing into the darkness and you can't see it anymore. This bullet pierces through it and you hear this loud hissing sound and then a bunch of clanking and shit falling over. It sounds like dishes breaking and metal pipes clinking on the ground everywhere in front of you. You can still see that red light. And now you see that there's a camera that's fallen on its side, and you see a light from an elevator in the corner, like far right corner away from you.
Oh, shit, he done it.
Uh-oh.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
Give me a read assist roll.
Man, I'm rolling bangers now. That is an 11.
Ask me 3 questions.
I'm going to go with should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out of the simulation? And what's my best way to ensure that we all meet up together?
You look back over your shoulder and in the direction of where Book has to be roughly. That's hard to say because you've been running down a tunnel. You don't know where he's been dragged to, but back towards the temple, everything still roughly looks okay. But you notice there's like a huge crack that looks like it's starting to appear in the ground to the side of the tunnel. And like everything seems to be like shifting down a little bit. And it's starting to make this like horrendous noise, like this tearing noise. But Book is still very far away from you. So to actually get with him, you would need to figure out some way of like killing the simulation. Like it probably I would have to be fully off. You notice that the reason you can see the elevator is because there is a up arrow on it that seems to be indicating that the elevator is heading to this floor. So there's something heading in this direction. That is actually going to be my answer for your best way out, because the elevator is actually coming here. What you should be on the lookout for is back over your shoulder. There's a giant in the direction of book. You could certainly not see this before, but now you see this big block, like alarm clock looking letters that are counting down. And it's at like 9 minutes ish, counting backwards. And you assume this is how long the show's supposed to be going on.
Okay.
Before it's over.
So we have to kill the simulation in 9 minutes. Otherwise, we're probably going to get all shot back to wherever we were. Oof.
It's hard to describe this because it's a crazy non-Euclidean space, but like looking at that clock, it seems like it's across the room from you. But between you and that clock is this whole temple and all these stairs and all this other stuff. Like it's really disorienting. I think it's even more confusing now that you can kind of see both sides of things and you don't really know what distances even mean here.
Stu, is Ocean in a place where he would be able to like touch something outside of the simulation?
He could potentially try to get somewhere. He's not there yet because he's still where he was when he shot the thing.
Okay.
Jacob, I was just wondering if maybe a healing touch on the simulation.
Oh, interesting.
A way to drive out the whatevers.
Interesting thought. I am going to... That's a good idea, and I think I'm going to try it. But first thing I want to do is that elevator coming up to our floor is concerning me. So I would like to see if I can run out to the elevator and use my plasma cutter to seal the door.
Yeah.
So like weld it shut.
Yeah. So first problem is you got to get there. So you start running towards the elevator and it's almost like you're on a treadmill that's almost as fast as you are. As you're running through this forest that's slowly turning into a soundstage, you're barely moving. Like you see a tree in front of you that's like 3 feet away and you take like 20 steps and then it's like 2 feet away.
Yep.
So give me a act under fire.
That is a 10.
10. Okay. You're able to outrun this. What do you do to get your feet on, I guess, solid ground that's not growing away from you in every direction?
Fart so hard you blast forward like a rocket.
Fart so hard, motherfuckers gotta find me.
Ocean is running as fast as he can, and he feels himself getting tired, right? Because he's running against the treadmill, and he's getting low on energy. But then he remembers, and he reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a little bit of his government-issued cheese. Takes a snack, gets the energy he needs to keep on running.
So it takes you a while, but you are able to power your way through this. And all of a sudden, it's not like a rubber band you're pulling against and it snaps. It's like you're struggling. And then all of a second you almost fall as your feet start moving normally beneath you. And you see yourself rapidly approaching the elevator. You have to like catch yourself. And when you turn around, the whole view you see is now on a little elevated soundstage looking area. Doesn't look much different than if you were at some lot in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And you see this big cavern and you see Book plummeting out of some giant exhaust pipe into a pool of water underneath him.
The moment I get up to it, I want to pull my plasma cutter out and I want to try and weld the door shut, which could be a mistake in the future, but I have a plasma cutter, so I think I can open it again.
Anything you plasma melt, you can plasma
exactly.
Cut. That's what I always say. To do it fast enough, give me an act under fire.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be fast because Ocean now has it in his head that he needs to kill the simulation in 9 minutes.
We don't care about too much realism with welding here in this action adventure podcast, but it still is a lot of stuff you would need to weld to keep the store open.
Don't worry, because that's another 10, baby.
Yes.
Feels pretty good having multiple +3s in a stat. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. You start melting it down. You know a good pattern for melting this door together without having to like get over every single inch of it. And you finish with literally like seconds left because you hear a ding. And then the door tries to open. And then you hear from the inside, error, please, assistance, please, open the door. Error, assistance, please, open the door.
So it's a robot.
Sounds like Mike Wazowski doing a robot voice, if you ask me.
Could be.
There's clones and clones of Mike Wazowski. He sounds friendly. I say let him in.
I don't think so, Chief.
You could healing touch him.
I don't think he's
everything.
I don't think he's a thing. He's a he. I think it's a thing.
Error. Please open the door. I'm scared.
Oh, no, he overplayed his hand. That thing has 100,000 guns on it. that is the actual T-1000.
There's a whirring noise and like a prying sound as this claw tries to wiggle its way through the crack, and it gets through some, but you can tell you have welded it too good. It's not going to be able to open this up. It looks like a pretty wimpy claw, not much stronger than a claw machine claw, the one that's coming through here.
Okay. So if it's claw sticking, oh God, do I? I think I want to. Oh, no.
I want a robot friend, but I don't want it to bite me in the ass.
We had a robot. We have a robot friend.
It's not the same.
I want a thing speak the claw.
It could be your thing speak roll.
Okay.
You gently touch its
hands.
claw hand.
Because I want to see what this thing's purpose is.
Your eyes lock.
My rationale. This isn't just because I'm just being a dude that's trying to figure out what the fuck this is and min-maxing. My curiosity here is that this thing, if it's coming in, it might be here to fix the simulation, right? If it's coming in to fix it, then it also may able to disable it.
Yeah. Counterpoint, we've failed a lot of rolls recently, and I don't think we've seen the full consequences of that.
It's a 7.
So you get to ask me one question.
I'm going to go with what has been done most recently with this or to this.
Okay, you touch this hand. Your vision goes blank, and you feel like you're almost inside whatever this object is. And you get a better view of it. You understand exactly what it is, just like immediately. It looks like a Roomba, but very tall and wider. It's like, it's over 5 feet tall, and it's more like a big metal trash can lid in width instead of whatever a Roomba's width is.
It is a Dalek. Shit.
It's got little helpful like claws and hands on it. It looks old and busted, especially compared to pretty much every, like, you've seen robots in here that look identical to humans. So this has to be some sort of early model that's probably been around for a very long time.
Stu, what is it moving on? Does it have little legs like R2-D2 or like wheels on the bottom like a Dalek? Are you just describing a Dalek?
I'm not familiar with the Dalek. I don't watch that show.
Joshing me, right?
A Dalek
You're kidding me.
You are
right?
describing a Dalek, my dude.
You can't
So if you're not
tell
familiar
me
with it, just listen to the things you said.
You don't have to watch Doctor Who to know what a Dalek is.
Yeah, I don't watch, but I know what a Dalek is.
Does it look like a cylinder?
Wait, let me ask you a question, Stu. Does the thing you're describing have a little dome on top of it?
No dome.
Just flat
It looks
top?
like a Roomba. Have you guys never seen a Roomba?
But you said very tall. How tall?
Yeah.
Is it taller than
If
it
you
is
take
wide?
a Roomba, yes.
Okay, then it's no longer a Roomba, dude.
Does it look like this?
No, it looks nothing like this one. This looks like a herpesed up wiener.
You even Yeah, that's true. But you did also
Nothing
use a
like
Dalek
this.
voice for the talking.
Okay, but
I don't know how Daleks sound.
okay.
They go exterminate.
No, this one says nice things. Not like that. So this tall Roomba you see going around, and it's going down a hallway looking happy. When you get like this vision of probably the last few hours of its life or something like that.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what, but it's going down a hallway. Goes into a big green room, and it starts spraying some liquid over everything. The green room looks a lot like the green room you were in, and it starts spraying just this like liquid that seems to evaporate very quickly and is like cleaning up all the surfaces, and it looks shiny and fresh almost right away. And
Okay.
it starts going around the outskirts of the wall, bouncing back and forth like a Roomba does until it reaches a portion of the wall, and it sees where there's a carving that says pee-pee, and it brings up its little arm, and underneath it, it writes poo-poo lol, and then
Holy hell.
puts its arm away and goes back into the elevator, and it rides the little elevator up.
It's a friend.
Holy hell, I love this thing.
Rides the little elevator up, and as the door opens, you see what looks to be a soundstage that is replicating a rooftop. There's a big building. It looks like it's dark outside in this room, and there are 2 collapsed people, a book and an ocean on the ground. And this robot rolls up to you guys, and 2 arms come out, and it grabs you guys both up by the scruff of the neck.
Oh,
Lifts you in the air and brings you up towards its chest and like locks you in tight. Like these little things come around and clamp around your waists. And it very slowly, with the weight of you two on it, rolls back into the elevator, starts heading down. And then you come back to. So you realize that this thing was sent up here to retrieve you when you're done with your show.
Little janitor.
okay. Okay.
He's scared.
I think he did say that
He did.
explicitly.
He's just a little guy.
I don't want him to retrieve. You know what? Actually, so there's a big explosion and it's coming in to retrieve us. Maybe it thinks that we're injured and it's going to come in and cut the simulation early.
I don't think they give a fuck if we get injured.
I don't know.
I think we can reason with him. He seems to have a good sense of humor. He said he wrote poo poo LOL.
Okay. I have a plan.
Okay.
Ocean unwelds the door open.
This dude just fucking died.
Unweld the door open. None of those words worked.
Unweld, I feel, works, right?
I use my welder to unweld. No, you can get this door open quick. You know exactly what you did. You can. Are you trying to open it and be right there? Are you trying to open it and hide?
I'm going to open it and hide for now until I can I want to observe it and see exactly what it does.
You open it and move off to the side. I don't think there's any rolls for this because you got enough time. Not like you can't take a million years, but you got enough time to open this back up. And there's plenty of places to hide. This room is pretty cloaked in darkness. So if it needs eyes to see, there's plenty of places just even in like the corners and outskirts near the elevator.
Okay.
Where you wouldn't be able to see you. You duck off to the side. You get enough where you think it's going to be able to open up by itself, and you duck off to the side, and then you hear it ding again, and the door's open, and you hear the little robot go whew, and then it rolls forward, and then gets right near the edge of the soundstage, and it just stops, and then you see it angle up and look at the number counting down, and then it looks back at the soundstage, and then a little door opens up on it, and a little tiny metal claw comes out, and there's a wristwatch on it, and he taps it a few times, and then it goes back into his arm.
Okay.
And then he looks back up at the clock.
Okay, that's not.
Healing touch. Healing touch.
It's not as exciting as I was hoping.
He's just a little guy.
He's just waiting. Okay.
Oh, wait, no, he definitely has bone gas in him. In your little vision, were we already passed out when he got there?
We were.
Okay, so he doesn't have bone gas in him.
So I guess it's the room.
Cool.
Okay. So I think it's going to try. It's not going to have any impact on what the simulation is doing. It's literally just here to retrieve us. So as I'm kind of leaning up against the wall, I want to put my hand on the wall. And specifically, I want to put my hand on some machinery that I think is tied to the device. And I want to speak the machinery. I want to try and figure out what's wrong with it. But instead of wanting to try and fix it, I want to know how to make it worse to see if I can break it even more.
Okay. Give me a thing speak roll.
I'm weird +2. Okay. Whew, that's a 7. I initially saw it was a 5 and I was like, but then I was like, wait, I have 2 + weird. I'm fine.
You can ask me one question.
What's wrong with this and how might I fix it?
You find this thing on the wall that looks like a projector almost, but you don't see any light coming out of it.
Okay.
But it is pointed towards the middle and you're able to put your hand on it. And you immediately get this like schematic view of this entire room. You've had a vision in the past of how these rooms kind of work. You have a vision of when they were first unveiled and it was much closer to just like a normal movie set type thing. But you get a more intrinsic understanding of how all this machinery works together to create the illusion that this stuff is real and how it's able to somehow create all of these objects that feel real, smell real, seem real. A couple things come to your mind immediately when you ask what's wrong with this. One, you can tell that the current episode of what's going on has not gone off as planned, and that's why this red light is blinking right now. It's not actually the fact that you like broke anything or anything like that. It's, hey, something is wrong. That means someone's not doing something right or someone's missing, something like that.
Okay.
That alarm, you feel like probably in less than the 9 minutes before it ends is going to turn into something more severe that you're going to want to deal with.
Okay.
You know, the simulation ends. It's not necessarily this timer. It ends when the story should end. This timer is constantly being updated based on when it expects it to be a good ending point.
Okay.
But you can actually tell that a bunch of time's been added to it since you got in here when you guys did this crazy side thing to go to the Temple of a Thousand Moons and all that stuff. You feel that like a bunch of numbers changed on the back end of this to make it stretch out even further. But now it feels like there's 8-ish minutes left before it ends. You do get the perception that this is a very finely tuned machine, though. So if you can find portions of it to break, it's not going to have a bunch of redundancies to be able to get out. Like you were able to escape by like messing up a couple cameras and some like light stands and shit. Now that you can see it from the outside, like that was enough to give you this clear path out. Right now, Book's in a far enough deeper place where that didn't give him like a clear path out. It did rumble and shake his whole area as he was coming out from the water, but it didn't give him a clear escape path or anything like that. So you think from the outside, it should be pretty easy to clear stuff out, shut it down, but you are at risk of alerting more people because there's already something wrong. And also there's this robot here watching you that you don't know what he'll do if that happens, but you know his job is to retrieve you and put you back in the green room after this.
Okay.
But we also know he's just a little guy.
He does appear to be just a little guy.
Since I know the schematics from my things speak, I want to find the camera or whatever device it is that is simulating the depth, like how far away Book is. And I want to grab it and I want to see if I can manipulate it and pull it back to see if I can drag Book and whatever he's doing off in the distance closer to me.
I like this. Are you trying to hide from the Robot or do you not care?
I'm trying to hide from the Robot, and I don't think I want to straight up break the machine. I more want to try and manipulate the machinery to achieve my goals, because I don't want to like put anything else concerning towards us.
Yeah, give me an act under fire.
God, I get good rolls on everything but the stuff I want. That is a 12.
Okay, yeah, it works exactly how you want it to. You find this camera that's at this like really high angle that looks like it probably switches to for some of the like distance shots. So where you're at now, you can see it's when probably the submarine was coming up with the Nazis in it. Right now, Book is in a gunfight with some Nazis on the top of a submarine, and you hear this big chain gun cutting through the top of this sub, and you're able to pan around with this thing. And as you move it, you see it feels like everything kind of shakes that's underneath it. And then you realize you can zoom in and out on it as well. And suddenly Book starts getting bigger. The submarine starts getting bigger. Everything seems like it's getting closer up to you as you pull it up.
Okay. I want to do something to try and get Book's attention.
Okay. What do you want to do? That's going to be hard because right now he just got hit with a gun in the shoulder.
That is true. I'm looking at my stuff. I'm trying to think of something that would be very odd that he would immediately be like, what the hell is this? And probably look in my direction. So Ocean takes his junk launcher and puts a little bit of government cheese in it. And I want to shoot it at his face.
Give me an act under fire.
Nice. That is a 6-3. That is an 11.
Book, you're on the top of a submarine. Mike is bleeding profusely with you pulled it out. You're helping him.
Yeah, I thought I patched him up a little bit.
Yes. It doesn't look like he's dying immediately, but he's not doing great. He is bleeding a lot. And your dad says, now what? And
sorry, go ahead, Sue.
Oh, I was going to say, and you get hit by a piece of cheese in the face.
Where does it like come from?
Above
like,
you.
Above me. Okay.
Yeah, but it hits your face still.
Like hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Was it still in the box or was it like a chunk of actual cheese?
No, a big chunk of cheese.
Okay, so Book starts.
There's a big bite mark on it.
Book tries to. Okay, Book looks at the teeth marks in the cheese and he's like, I know that mouth from anywhere.
What does that imply?
And he looks up. He's like, gentlemen, I think it's time for a Camel Crush. And I take out my pack of cigarettes that's full of Camel Crushes and I pour them into all of our hands and I make us all chew a bunch of Camel Crushes just in case we get bone gassed. And then I go, wait, so it was like directly above me?
It still hit your face, but it came at a very steep angle.
Okay.
Ocean is just profusely waving to see if Book will see.
I can't see him, can I? I'm still in the simulation.
With this cheese breaking through the boundary of the simulation, give me a read a sit roll.
Ooh, baby. I rolled a 9 plus 3. That's 12.
Ask me 3 questions.
Where is Ocean?
Not one of the possible questions.
All right. I would like to know, what is my best way out? What should I be on the lookout for? And who is in control here?
Okay. What you should be on the lookout for is you feel like, and this kind of also answers the who is in control here. You feel like this episode you're in did not have a satisfying climax, and you don't know how it's going to end. And that seems dangerous to you for some reason. You don't know exactly why.
Okay.
But maybe it can alert that things are wrong. Maybe you'll never be able to get out of it because the story has to keep going on forever. But you felt like it probably should have ended like right when the submarine came up or something like that. Or right after you got shot by Mike. Something like that would have been a nice dramatic ending. But instead, you guys are just kind of standing on a submarine and then got hit by cheese. So something seems wrong with the situation.
Cool.
Your best way out is almost certainly going to be related to the cheese that came flowing at you. And as you look up in that direction, you do see Ocean. He seems impossibly far away from you. Like you're in a massive cavern and you look up and there's portions of the cavern that are just receded in darkness between these giant glowing moons that are up there. And you see next to one of those moons in the darkness is Ocean waving at you frantically. And one of the moons almost looks like the light on a camera.
Okay. So it seems like maybe I need to stay in character so the simulation doesn't end. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Dad.
Yes, book?
Do you have the book that we found in the temple on you still?
Yes, of course. It was a metaphor for you.
Yeah, I think it might be more than that though, right? Because everyone knows the book from the Temple of a Thousand Moons teleports you to the stars, the aliens, and the stars. Yeah.
No, they Indiana Jones forward us.
Yeah, I sure think so.
Oh my God! He opens it up and there's a giant crystal skull in it. He's like, no, this is clearly an alien. Look at this. Look at the shape of this.
I think we all need to grab the skull and get teleported up towards those stars.
He leans in close to you and goes, I think it's a crossover. And he turns a page and there's a predator head.
Okay, I slam my hand onto the crystal skull and I make Mike Wazowski and my dad put our hands on the crystal skulls. Does anything happen?
What do you do? Your hands are on it.
So
do something cool.
Okay.
It's not cool. A predator is going to show up. Good luck. Can't kill a predator. They're like a small gang.
Hold on.
Ocean would be evenly matched with the predator.
Stu, you said there's like moons on the ceiling, right? Or we're not close enough to touch them though, right?
No, but it's weird because the ceiling looks like it's getting closer as Ocean's getting bigger.
Okay. Is there like a landmark or anything nearby that maybe a crystal skull would fit on top of?
Are you looking for a missing crystal skull or a place to put a crystal skull?
I'm looking for something that because like obviously we're driving the simulation as much as the simulation is driving us. So I'm looking for a way to convince the simulation to like bring us up closer to the ceiling.
Well, Ocean's already doing that some with the camera.
Yes, I'm trying to help do that more.
Well, yeah, what are you going to do?
Okay, I jump back to the island we were on. I guess we take our hands off the crystal skull because that didn't do anything.
Why do we put our hands on that crystal skull?
Shut the fuck up, Mike Wazowski. We are very close to not being friends. I brush off the floor of the little island that we were on before the submarine showed up, and I reveal a map of the moons that aligns with the ceiling, but one of the moons is in the wrong place, and I turn the thing on the floor. And then I push the face of the crystal skull into the center of the thing, and a big pillar rises up and brings us closer to the ceiling.
What? This worked. Yes, all of that did happen. But what crystal skull are you talking about? Are you talking about a picture of a crystal skull in a book?
Wait, I thought you said, okay. I literally thought it was like a weird thing where you opened the book and there was like a cutout with a crystal skull in it.
That's fine. That can be true.
No,
there was a crystal skull in the book.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
No. I misunderstood and that's on me.
You turn this moon and you turn to your dad and ask for the crystal skull. And he says, what the fuck are you talking about? But then the whole room starts filling up with water. You hear rushing water from every direction, but you realize pretty quickly that the island you're on is actually floating.
Floating island.
So as it fills with water, you start getting closer and closer to the ceiling. What are you doing, Ocean? Are you just still trying to pull him closer?
I'm trying to pull him closer.
You got more of the info on the outside, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if I was Book, I'd just be trying to get out. You know, this light's flashing. You know, this robot's here.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do to limit the risks and problems?
I want to try and seal the door shut again. Now that I let this poor robot in.
The elevator?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You can do that. Yeah. The robot's looking away.
Yeah. Because I'm concerned that people are going to come in to try and fuck us up.
By the time that happens, Book, you are at the ceiling there. It's like actually uncomfortably close. There's only like 3 feet between the floor of the island and the ceiling. So you guys are all hunkered down. You can touch the moons, but Ocean seems to have disappeared.
Shit. Okay. I touched the full moon.
Okay. It glows.
What?
It glows more.
Ooh. I say, hold on, let me think of some Latin shit.
Leviosa.
Book yells, Sagita ad lunam.
You chose the hardest sentence to try to say in Latin.
Which means shoot for the moon, supposedly.
You hear a horrendous, low sound as the whole ceiling dissolves above you. And you see above the night sky and hovering directly above you is a large UFO with a beam that starts shooting down towards you.
Sick.
And right at that moment, it illuminates all 3 of you. You're in dramatic poses on the top of this island. And then everything goes black. And you see, Ocean, you see this too. The whole set kind of dissolves around, leaving everyone just on a platform about 1 foot up in the air from elevator floor, sea level, elevator level. And Mike collapses completely unconscious on the ground.
Coward.
Man hasn't been taking as much bone gas as we have, or menthol as we have.
But you and Charles and Ocean can all see each other. Ocean is doing a safety squint as he welds the last little bit of the door. You see a large Roomba-esque robot that is between you and Ocean, and he starts rolling up towards you slowly. And your dad seems very disoriented, like he is super confused. Even though like you've explained all this to him, it's still a huge change to his entire life for the last many years. And he's kind of stumbling around, like feeling the ground. Where are we?
Book slaps his dad on the back and yells, "Buck up, Charles, we gotta fucking go." And he grabs Mike Wazowski and starts dragging him towards Ocean.
Okay, you get to Ocean. And just as he's finished sealing up the only exit from this room. And
I think I'm okay with that. We got to figure out, Ocean, we got to figure out how to get to Spade before people get to us.
What is the camera light doing right now? Or not the camera light, the warning light.
It is turned off.
Oh, that's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, Book taps his in-ear, his deep earplugs or whatever. And he goes, oh, fuck, what's his name? Randy Candy, come in. Can you hear me?
This is Randy. Wait, does this work? This is Randy Candy.
Oh, that's sick.
Hey, any chance you can see us on one of the monitors?
No, and there's not a lot of time left. Are you ready to shut it down, or do we need to blow this stuff?
Give me, what's our countdown?
It's like less than 3 hours.
Fucking A. Okay. Shit. Ocean, we have 3 hours to keep the doors from opening.
Oh shit.
I have a question. I just gotta ask. I'm just throwing it out here. Do we just blow this sucker and lean into it? Flood the tower?
Ocean looks around and is like, no, I think we need to see if we can disable it first. I think we still have time. I think we can do this.
3 hours. Good Lord. All right.
Ocean looks over and sees fucking a bleeding Mike Wazowski and holy shit, Book, what did you do to him? And I run over to him and I want to...
Him, look at me. I am literally bleeding as much, if not more, than he is.
I want to healing touch Mike Wazowski.
I am at a 10 p.m. on the harm
I'll
countdown,
healing touch
sir.
you too. I just thought it'd be funnier if I healed Mike Wazowski first.
Give me two rolls.
Hello, Mr. Trashcan.
Hello. He's still coming towards you, but he's not very quick. You guys ran past him and ran all the way thing. And he goes, hello.
Can I lift up Randy, or can I lift up Mike Wazowski and hand him to the trash can?
And a 7. So 2 mixed successes. Okay. I want to stop the bleeding and then put their where their wounds at.
Mike Wazowski's is a giant stab with a spike gun.
Okay.
A big puncture wound,
I have
basically.
a head wound and a bunch of bullet holes.
Okay. So for Mike Wazowski,
But Mike Wazowski is also potentially filled with bone gas.
Ooh, good point.
I think what I'm going to do is not going to impact the bone gas. I want to. I think it's more important to heal his. I think it's more important that we keep him from bleeding out and dying from the spike in his chest, and then deal with the bone gas later. Because we can just
I feel like you could do a heal his flesh and
I can remove their disease. I can only pick 2 is the problem. If I could pick 3, I know the 3 I would purge their disease / infection, which I think would get rid of the bone gas. And I would heal their tissue damage and stop the bleeding. But for Mike Wazowski, I think I also need to knit their bones back together because he got a massive railroad spike through his chest.
It's just in his shoulder, I think. Who needs bones?
Okay, that's true. He did shoot. Okay, fine. I'll remove the disease and purge the infection, and I will heal their tissue damage and stop their bleeding. And for Book, I will heal their tissue damage and stop their bleeding and take the pain away.
I will say for Book, it heals 2. For Mike Wazowski, it only heals 1.
Kind of what I figured would happen.
So Mike Wazowski, Book's holding him up as you lay your hands on him. They get into a very convenient spot for you, Ocean, where you can touch both of them simultaneously because Book is holding up Mike. And he hands him over to the robot, and the robot grabs Mike and puts the little belt thing around his waist to help carry him. And then right when he does that, the healing light of Ocean goes into Mike Wazowski, and he kind of shakes his head. You guys literally see bone gas start emanating from like all of his pores and
gross.
rising up into the air as he shakes his head clear. And your dad goes, holy shit, is that bone gas?
Sure is.
What? Oh my God, you didn't tell me there's bone. I thought it was inherently unstable.
I think it is. Hey, Randy Candy, do you have Antaglio with you?
Yeah, what do you need?
You never stabilized bone gas, did you?
No, it's inherently unstable. I told you that.
Okay. Yeah, Dad, it is inherently unstable. Do you mean, when you say unstable, do you mean like explosive or like caustic?
No, it separates and becomes absolutely harmless.
Oh, damn. I got really
seems-
excited.
It's my understanding.
Okay.
But yeah, no, bone gas. So it's called bone gas because it goes into your bones and is in a dormant state while it's in your bones. And then it's released over a period of time that then makes you get like a second wave of it.
That doesn't sound good. Does that mean it's still in our bones?
If it was in your bones, I think it would have came out by now.
Okay. Mr. Trashcan,
Yes.
can you let go of Mike for me?
Who is Mike?
You're holding Mike.
Oh, yes. And he lets go with his arms, but he's still in the belt. So he just kind of slumps forward.
No. Also, like you can let go of the belt. We need Mike.
Okay.
He's fine.
He rips the belt out with his 2 claws and it falls onto the ground and Mike is free.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. Trashcan.
It is time to go to the green room.
Yeah, about that. The elevator's broken. Do you know another way to get out of here?
It is time to repair the elevator.
Unfortunately, Mr. Trashcan, we're looking for more of like a maintenance hatch kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it's safe to go through that elevator again. I think it's going to hurt us. You don't want us
It
to.
is time to open the maintenance hatch in the top of the elevator.
Perfect.
Okay.
How do we do that?
Follow me. And he rolls and he hits the button on the elevator and then runs into the doors that don't open because they're welded shut repeatedly. And then he goes, error, please open the door.
Okay.
And then he bumps against it 2 more times
Ocean.
and he goes, error, please open the door.
God damn.
Ocean sighs and says, all right, step aside. And he uses his welding touch to unweld the door open again.
Welding touched. Oh my God.
As he's doing it.
This door looks like Swiss cheese now from the amount of welding and unwelding it's done. You think the door probably won't close all the way anymore, so you may have to fake the sensor to get it to actually work.
As Ocean's doing it, he's swearing under his breath and is like, what's the point of all this?
Book also has a welding torch, and Book helps.
Okay. Then you guys finish twice as fast. And the doors open up. And as soon as it's open, the Robert rolls in and he goes and stands right in the middle of the elevator. And then he starts just extending upward like a telescope until the top of his head hits the top of what looks to be a nice closed elevator. And then he spins around a few times in a circle and this hatch reveals itself that pops open. And then he extends back down and he goes, time to go in the maintenance hatch.
Excellent. Is there like a hold floor button on the elevator?
Not that you can see. Every time you've been in the elevator, it's only had one button since this last time you've been in. So back when Ocean worked here, I saw all sorts of buttons.
Yeah.
In every time you've come up, there's only been one button. And right now it says green room on it.
Hey, Mr. Trashcan?
Yes.
2 questions for you real quick.
Please, Mr. Trashcan was my father.
Okay, what should I call you then?
Mr. Trashcan.
Okay, Mr.
Mark
Trashcan.
2.
2 quick questions. Okay, Mark. 2 quick questions for you. Which floors do you have access to, and are you able to hold this elevator on this floor while we're in the maintenance hatch, just so we don't get squished?
I have access to all security level 2 floors.
How many is that? Is that good?
That is 9,742 floors.
I feel like that's more floors than there are floors in this building.
I love that for you.
Thanks, Mark. Could you pop me up into that hatch? I just start climbing on them.
Please attach the seatbelt. There's no seatbelt.
I'm good. I poke my head up. Spade, you here?
They are not on top of the elevator. You go look out, and there is darkness, and there is a shaft going up. And
okay.
That's it.
I would like to help Mike Wazowski and my dad and Ocean get on top of the elevator so that Mr. Trashcan Mark II can drive us around.
Okay. Yep. You guys are all able to get on top. And then he goes, holding door, and his little arms go out and he's holding the door open.
Actually, Mark, do you know if there's a floor where like all of the elevators have a little tunnel between them or anything like that? Maybe a little maintenance area type thing?
I do not understand your question.
Who?
All elevators can access all floors.
Yeah, but when can the elevators access each other?
Elevators are not meant to access each other.
Yeah, but let's say one
elevators are meant to access floors.
Okay. Can you just go up, but like slowly, and also disable the cameras in the elevator maybe?
Yeah, sure thing. No problem. And this jet of liquid sprays out into the top corner of the elevator. It didn't look like there's a camera there, but it sprays in that area. And then the elevator, he goes and he hits a spot that's like a little bit away from the button. The only one button that shows up that says green room. He hits it with one of his little robot claws, and the elevator starts slowly going up while the doors are still open. Just like
nice. Okay. Do we see anything that looks like somewhere Spade could be camping out?
Give me a read a citral.
Ooh, doggy. I rolled a 10 without any modifiers.
Nice. Ask me 3 questions.
Ocean looks down, like kind of peers through the hatch at Mark II, trash can Mark II. And just out of curiosity, do you know what floor the central power supply for this whole building would be on?
I do not have access to that. That requires security clearance level 6.
What security clearance do you have?
Level 2.
Do you know a floor that has the security clearance office?
Yes, of course. That requires security clearance level 3.
Well, Ocean, you have security level 3, right? Maybe Mr. Trashcan could just take us there, and then you can stay in the elevator, Mr. Trashcan.
Please input your security clearance level, and a little hatch opens up on the back of him that has a keyboard.
Ocean types in his old username and password.
He goes, burp, burp. Please enter your security clearance level.
Just hit 6. Just hit the number 6.
Ocean hits the number 6.
Ding, ding. You have security clearance level 6. It closes the little hatch, and the elevator starts going downward. Okay, ask me your 3 questions.
Okay. I guess what should I be on the lookout for? What poses the biggest threat to me? What represents the best opportunity for us to reach Spade and get our guns and shit?
Some hard questions in there and some very easy ones. So, Spade has access to whatever these elevator tunnel shits are. Right now, it just looks like a simple elevator hatch, but they described it as a little more complicated in their very quick conversation with you as you gave them all your guns. So certainly it seems like you're in a place where at least Spade could potentially find you already. So that's good. So maybe if you made yourself more known, they could find you quicker. Would probably be easier. But conversely, you do know that Spade explicitly told you that fucking with the elevators too much will set off an alarm. And they were very careful about having that camera set up to do a speed type shenanigan. And they could only slow down the elevator a certain amount without it being suspicious. It seems like they'd done a lot of like testing to figure out what the bounds of what they could do are.
That is concerning.
You guys have already broken many of those bounds with what you're doing here. So you think there's almost certainly been an alert for you all already placed. For what you should be on the lookout for, where are you trying to go? Just meet up with Spade right now? Is that the main goal?
Well, I want our guns, which would be nice, but I think Ocean had a good idea, which was to go to, if we go to security, we should be able to get good information about who is where and maybe find an intercom. But also if we go to the power supply, we could probably really fuck with their ability to respond to our attack.
So here's what I was considering. I don't think me typing in security clearance 6 is actually giving me security clearance 6.
No, but it would allow, I think it convinced Trash Can Man that you have that, so he would take us to those floors.
That's true, but I'm sure there's probably safeguards. But what I'm thinking is we could go to the wherever the floor that has the security clearances and get us some security clearances so we can access the whole place a little bit more undetected, I think.
I dig it. We do only have 3 hours.
If that's your plan, I guess what you should be on the lookout for is speed is probably of the essence, not even sneakiness right now, because you think an alarm's already been set probably.
Oh, yeah, so they already know we're fucked. I mean, they're already watching us, so I'm sure they know.
And we have plasma cutters.
Yes. So if you're trying to get there and trying to alert Spade, you probably would want to do those things either simultaneously or from where you're going, figure out some way to get in contact with them. I think trying to do both probably would result in you guys being intercepted before.
Okay. Ocean turns to to Mr. Trashman Mark II. Hey, can you drop us off at the security clearance floor? And then afterwards, just go up floor by floor and yell out into the little hatch. Spade, security clearance room. Spade, security clearance room.
Well, hold on. Do we still need to, if we're not worried about sneaking around, I don't think we need to worry about having a security clearance.
That is true.
Like maybe we should just go to the power room, but also like we need to go somewhere where we could disable the doors from opening.
That's what I was thinking in the power room. We could just like kill the power in the whole facility.
But would that stop the doors from opening? I don't think it would.
I don't know.
But I'm on board with killing power to the building. I'm sure they have backup generators anyway. And maybe if they have one of those big batteries, we could grab it. The big, what do they call? What's the particle?
Neutrinos. I would say Ocean. You probably know, since you were part of the power team who used to establish things. That's most of the big deal here.
Yep.
Anyway. And it's one probably very secure. And you know, those sorts of rooms are where you would usually meet the overseer in, like when you handed off the power core to her. So power is not like, oh, here's this little power section that someone can go to, or even, oh, here's this sub basement where it's connected up. It's like centrally managed by the AI. That's most of its job, is providing power places. So
what about a server room?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, those all exist all over the place. Ocean specifically went to one and backdoored into data to figure out about your dad when he was breaking your dad out.
Yeah.
So there's several rooms like that Ocean would know, even like what floor they're on, because he got his memory back.
I think the security floor might also be able to let us look into like the camera systems of this place to try and find Spade, and also to try and find maybe where, if they've, there's a countdown for like 3 hours, right? To dump the gates. There's gotta be an area where that operation is going, where there's probably a decent number of people ready to start that. So if we can get to the cameras and figure out where that's at, maybe we can go to that room. That's my logic.
Okay. I'm back on board. Stu, where is my autonomous eye spider drone, and what sights and sounds is it projecting into my console?
Your autonomous eye spider drone is in a dark area. It would be pitch black, but of course, this autonomous spider drone has not only IR sensors, but night vision sensors. And you see this green blown out view that immediately starts hurting your eye when your eyes shift to it, but your eyes focus for a second. And you can tell that he is inside of Mr. Trash Can Mark II. And inside Mr. Trash Can Mark II, there is some ancillary. There's some extra bone gas. There are all sorts of different hands and claws that are ready to go. And there is a series of different snacks and drinks and foods and whatnot inside of him. No weapons.
I think taking the bone gas is a pretty good idea. I have a theory that the bone gas is what's letting them mind control people.
That you would have to disassemble him.
Oh, we can't do that.
But can he deploy the bone gas himself?
Probably.
Okay, so like we could stay on top of the elevator, have him deploy the bone gas into the security floor, and then go in.
I like that idea. Just unload the whole canister of bone gas in there.
Yep.
Ding! We are at the security floor. I cannot get us in because I only have level 2 clearance.
Oh,
But Ocean has level 6 clearance.
yeah. Step aside. I can get us in. And
He backs up.
Ocean walks up to it and looks around a little bit and then stealthily pulls out his blowtorch to like fry the interlocking mechanism of the door to open it.
Is it locked, Stu, or are the doors just closed? Like, could we?
The doors are closed.
Pry the door. Could you pry the doors open?
Yeah, you could try.
All right.
You gonna do that first instead? Just crowbar them open.
Yeah. Because we just need a big enough space to spray bone gas in there.
Yeah. So this is only security clearance level 3 to get in this room. This doesn't have the extra security measures of like 6 and 5, just so you guys know. Yeah. So this is just an elevator door that would require someone with the right credentials to open up. So you're able to open the door a little bit and you see that there is a room inside that you don't notice any people right now in it. But all you can see from this little crack is there's some rolly chairs on the ground. There's the light from a screen that does look like it's showing a camera feed from somewhere, but you can't tell how big the room is and if there's anyone else in there. But you do know this elevator just dinged when it got to this floor. So people inside should know that someone's
Ocean wants to pry the door open just a little bit and pull to the go over to Mr. Trash Can Mark II. Can you deploy your bone gas in here?
Why should I be deploying my bone gas?
Well, we need to make sure they're asleep so we can make sure they're safe for when they go to the green room.
Deploying bone gas.
What a helpful little guy.
There's a window in the front of it that kind of slides open and one of his claws reaches in and it just overhead throws a canister of bone gas into the room. And as it clinks on the ground, the top of it breaks off and it just starts spraying out. And you hear someone go, "What the fuck is that? It's bone gas. Hit the alarm. Hit the alarm." But then you just hear clunk, 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 clunk as people fall down to the ground.
Fuck yeah. Ocean runs in to find the alarm and make sure that it's deactivated.
Yeah. You see someone who was almost grabbing it. He's asleep with his face like smashed. He's like shrimped into the corner of the wall, reaching up towards the alarm.
Perfect.
This room is filled with computer terminals. Most of them, there's way too many there's screens. It's showing many different camera feeds. Right now, of the most interest is you see, so what you notice immediately is there's a bunch of elevator feeds, even though you guys have only seen one elevator entrance / been on one elevator that you know of ever. Most of them are empty. Some of them have some silent on them. Some of them have more robots that are similar to Mr. Trash Can Mark II. Some of them have people who are probably doing auditions. None of them are going to show Spade because Spade wouldn't be inside the elevator. Mm-hmm. And then you do see the basement floor where the silent get ready that you're very familiar with, Ocean. And you had already gotten information that they were like ready to go, like ready to execute on command. You see they're even past that stage where they are loading up stuff. They are already dressed. They're getting their weapons ready and inspected before they execute a mission. Don't know what the mission is, but you see them getting ready. And it's dozens of them. Many silent.
Okay.
Like probably the same as the amount of silent that went and tried to take down or successfully took down that transfer station with the water where you got elbowed in the ribs by Grubbins. If you're trying to look for anything, it's probably going to be a roll. Anything beyond that. So that's what you see.
Mr. Trash Can Mark II?
Yes.
Are you able to communicate with your other Mr. Trash Cans?
No, I'm not connected to the network.
That's
my instructions are uploaded every morning with this. And it ejects a disc that falls out onto the ground. And it goes,
"Wait,
please input instructions."
Actually, we're going to stick with verbal instructions from here on out.
I can only hold 12,000 kilobits of verbal instructions.
I think that'll work. That should work. I grabbed the disc, Stu. Is there anywhere else Like, is there anywhere on this floor that I feel like I could input this disk and maybe fuck with it?
Yeah, there's computers all up in here.
Okay.
They got disk drives.
The other thing I want to know is there, like, can I start searching computer terminals for mentions of the baffles? My idea with the disk is like maybe we could upload the disk to the tower itself with instructions to like stop opening the doors. You know, like I don't know who else would be impacted by this type of disk instruction delivery method.
You think there is more complicated technology than disks loading into things in the tower? This guy seems particularly unadvanced.
Yeah, but what I mean is like just because there's more advanced stuff doesn't mean it wouldn't listen to the disk if it had the right, signature on it.
So what's each person doing? I guess the robot is staying in the elevator because he's not allowed in this room.
Okay, quick question for you. Let's say the tower is needing to communicate and send commands out remotely to a different facility. Can you tell me what room that kind of activity might occur in?
Interesting hypothetical question. It depends on the criticality of the communication. It could vary anywhere from low-level maintenance activities that could be accessed through any old janitor robot's systems, all the way to controlled by the great overseer herself, depending on importance. I do unimportant work.
Let's say it was something very important.
That will mostly be only accessible through the overseer's personal computer system.
That's going to be tough to get to. Okay. First thing Ocean wants to do from the security, I'm assuming he's pretty well trained he's used this program, like this software before from his times in the tower. Ocean is going to look and see if there's any commands he can issue to lock down specific rooms. And he is going to try to lock down the room that the dozens and dozens of Silent are in to see if he can delay them from leaving just a little bit.
Try something challenging.
I hate that one. It's my lowest stat. But that was a good one. It's a 9. Is there anything Book can do to help to push it just a little bit,
I want to help.
Okay.
How are you helping?
I hit F5. I'm just kidding. Book grabs one of like the ID cards of one of the people who are slumped over on the floor, and he slams it into like one of those card reader things.
It's level 5 security clearance.
Yeah. Hold on to that afterwards.
Give me a help someone.
I got a roll for that.
You roll your history or herstory with
Ocean and I don't know what our history is. Oh, we're at +3. Hell yeah. So that's an 11.
Well, you're not at +3 anymore because you rolled over. So get an XP, go back to +1 right before big fights. Perfect.
That sucks. That does suck.
So yes, this security clearance lets you have the access you need to do this. You were running into some issues trying to get around it. You were trying some of your like old credentials and some old backdoor methods you knew worked, but they weren't working. Book scrounges around and finds this level 5 security clearance. That gives you the access you need for most of the doors to basically be able to add delays and blocks to them. So they can certainly be overridden. You know this before you execute this, before you actually do this. You know that they can be overridden, even manually sometimes. If people have like the right clearance, they should just be able to like swipe something and get through. So at best, it's probably going to just slow some people down.
That's okay.
You also can choose to execute it now, or you can do it later. You think it may make people notice stuff if you do it now, and maybe hurry more or go faster or alert other people or things like that.
Can I set it on a timer? So is there a sensor on the door that can tell when it opens?
Yes, there's a screen you can get to that actually shows the status of any door. You put a unique identifier in for the door, and it has basically red, green for locked, opened, and yellow is closed but unlocked.
The moment the door gets the signal to open, Ocean wants to set it where it fires the locking, the shutdown mechanism.
Okay, so you're setting it up for their main door that the first time it opens, like maybe the door that gives them access to the main building or the elevators or something like that. Yeah. You want it to lock to slow them down.
Yes.
Okay, you can do that.
Set it into lockdown at that point.
A good plan.
That should delay it. That should delay him the longest, I think, because that'll still give us all the time of them trying to set up. And then the first time they try and move out, it'll slow them down a little bit.
And someone may like hit their head really funny on the door too. You won't see it, but it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Someone will laugh somewhere. What are you doing, Book? while he's doing that, I know you helped him find the card.
Yeah, Stu, I just want to start searching for mentions of the baffles. And then since Ocean has figured that out, oh wait, my dad is here. Hey, Dad.
Yes, son.
Start looking for an intercom, something that we'd be able to broadcast audio to the floors.
As wide as possible.
Yes.
Okay. And he starts clicking around, pushing buttons, trying stuff out.
And I want to start looking for the baffles.
And what do you want me to do, guys? I'm here to help.
Fuck up, Mike. I'm just kidding. I don't say that. Okay, wait. I did have something else I wanted to do. Shit. Mike, see if... Oh, wait. None of the trash cans are on the network, which is a good thing. Mike, see if you can find an elevator override and bring that elevator with all the trash cans on it to this floor.
So you're trying to get as many trash can people as possible.
I want all the trash cans, Stu.
I'm on it. I'll do my best.
Is that everyone? That's everyone. Fuck. I want to see if we can reprogram their discs and give them instructions that'll help us.
Yeah, that's possible. I will say, I'm not saying no. I think it's a great idea. Do recall that there's one entrance and exit to every single fucking room, and it's an elevator. So there's only so much you can do with a bunch of robots that roll around.
Wait, this room only has one elevator that accesses it, or
every room only is accessible through the elevator?
Right, but there's more than one elevator, right?
You've never seen more than one elevator. There has to be, because Spade was on top of a different elevator and had a bunch of shit carved in it. And this one did not look like that. But you've only seen one elevator, and every single floor you've gone into has been one room for every time anyone's been in the tower forever.
Yeah. Oh God, that throws a big wrench.
Okay. I assumed that like certain floors had access to multiple elevators.
You've never seen that in your life here in this tower. It's weird and spooky.
Okay, Mike, never mind. Fuck.
I'll belay that order.
God, I hate him. Mike, see if you can. You know how computers work, Mike?
Yeah, I've seen it too.
All right, pop this disc in somewhere. See if you can find like how these instructions are written.
Okay, he puts the disc in and he looks at it and he goes, "This is mostly programmed in Visual Basic, and it looks like it's just a straight up list of priorities of what they should do during the day. Like this one right here, he has written out that he's supposed to collect, book, and Ocean after each of their auditions, and it has the expected time that your audition should end and what rooms you need to go to and from. And then it also has what the food you're going to want when you show up and the food you're going to want after each audition listed here."
Wait,
why the fuck did you want Gatorade after a crime?
Mike, I swear to God, you are on thin ice, Mike.
It doesn't make any sense.
What can we tell Mr. Trashcan to do that would cause general mayhem? Oh, Mr. Trashcan, are you able to broadcast recordings?
Yes, as loud as I can talk, which is this loud.
I assume his volume does not change at all.
No, it was that loud.
It was exactly as loud as you just made.
Okay, Stu, do I find anything on the baffles?
Yeah, as you're searching through, give me a try something challenging roll first. You do find some information, but your try something challenging will figure out if you get more good information or if you alert people that you're hacking the mainframe.
Wait, what do I roll with?
Aggro.
Fuck. Really?
Yeah, it's your bad one. Yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Hey, mixed success.
That could have been worse.
Success.
There is a lot on the baffles. Most of what you find is data on how many people are there, some of the technology that has been verified as them having. You see a lot of stuff on casualties of them trying to fuck with the baffles and how it's been very unsuccessful. And then you do find some information on a recent successful hacking attempt. And it says that the baffles threat is expected to no longer exist in about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh God, it's been 40 minutes.
Can you look through and try and figure out where that hacking, where that came from? Like the command for the hacking attempt?
Yeah. Stu, let me find that.
It comes all the way from the top.
We're gonna have to confront the overseer, baby.
Oh shit. All right. Do any of the guards in here have level 6 access?
No.
Only level 5?
Yep. You found the best one when you were helping them. Level 5 was the highest.
All right. Dad, how are we looking on intercom?
There's a lot of pre-recorded messages that we can do. It looks like you're only able to do those, but I figured out how we could record a new one and then execute the pre-recorded messages. The messages we have now are basically fire alarm stuff, changes to the daily lunch menu.
No, that'll
some
work.
Morning announcement.
Let's record
Okay,
something.
I'll play the daily lunch menu.
No,
I'm
what?
kidding. What do you want me to do?
Oh my God.
You gotta still joke around in times like these.
We have 2 hours and 20 minutes to prevent an actual catastrophe here. I would like to go to the mic.
Yes.
All right, Stu, I would like to use my move, Whispering Truth, and just rattle off all of my mysteries marked true in a loop. Okay, you choose one of these things. They become fixed upon it, intent on pursuing it to its conclusions, abandoning other commitments. They can change threat type if necessary. Or 2, they become fixed upon you, your devoted disciple, abandoning other commitments. They change threat type if necessary.
Oh, both are really good options. Ooh, that's a tough
Are you
one.
playing it now or are you waiting?
Oh, we're pumping that shit out. Yeah, right? Why wait? We have 2 hours.
Okay. You go, you record this, you give it to your dad. He puts it in the 8-track player and hits play. And there's a big loud over the microphone. Then it starts reverberating through the entire building and you hear it on a loop.
Ladies and gentlemen of the tower, this is Book McCready speaking. You are being held captive by the artificial intelligence you know as the psychic maelstrom, and it's created by human beings. It's not a real entity. It's a viewership algorithm that is obsessed with boosting its own signal, and it is simply hoarding power to run this machine. But somewhere out there, there are people who survived this apocalypse and they're safe and intact. They're at peace in a green and bountiful place. And if you join me, I can take you there.
You see on the security cameras, some of the doors start opening and things like that, and people look really confused. Some people seem like they're heading towards the elevator and pushing buttons. Ocean, you notice in that bottom floor, the one that you locked, a good chunk of the silent or start like talking with each other and like pointing at some stuff, and like some of them might take their masks off, but the majority of them mobilize and run through that door, which you do get to see it. Merry Christmas. The first one smashes his face into it as it locks on him. But then they open it up and they are quickly heading towards some room that doesn't have cameras in it.
Maelstrom, and it's created by
And then
beings. It's not a
your
real
looping voice
entity.
stops, and instead you hear,
All right, baby, it's go time.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Oops, All Apocalypses. I hope this extra long episode wasn't annoying, but it was just kind of making up for missing a couple weeks here and there in the last couple months. But that's all over with. Everyone has finished moving to wherever they're moving across the country, and we'll be back to regular releases. The music and editing was performed by Stu Masterson. Brady McDonough made the art and any logos you see out there. And Jacob coughed so many times during this recording that I got sick. Love you, bye.
You know what I think is wrong with society?
Not enough
Not
anime
enough
titties.
anime titties.
Well, that for sure.